Hello and welcome to a little clip I put together, and I'm going to entitle this one Making a Case Against Muscle Memory. I'll tell you why. I turned pro when I was 16 years old, been doing it all my life. One of the benefits that we should be able to pass on to the younger generation is the mistakes that we've all made. I know exactly what I was thinking when I was growing up. It just seems so obvious to me. The more balls you hit, the better you'd get. It's not true. I mean, what happens when you start hitting golf balls, your coordination gets to a certain point, and then it really levels off and it really stops, which would explain why a lot of us get to a certain level and we don't get any better. You know, I find it hard to believe that the brain can remember all your good swings and forget all your bad ones, so that might be a really good case against muscle memory. The next thing that I really don't want to do is I don't want to argue very hard about it. It's one of those things that I've learned over the years that you're either going to buy in or you're not, and it's not worth really. I just really appreciate it if you let me make a little bit of a case against it, and I'll tell you why. If you practice 3 hours a week, let's say, I'd like to see you not waste any of your time. I'd like to see you make all your time as valuable as you can. Here's what I know. I know that with the correct information, you can get better at a much higher rate than if you just think it's how many balls you hit, how many putts you hit. I mean, if that was the case, Vijay Singh would never lose, right? I mean, he hits the most balls. He wouldn't lose. I could also make a great point of if there is muscle memory, we would never talk about choking. We would never talk about the guy getting nervous because you wouldn't have to. The muscles would just take over. So therefore, what about training devices? Well, I'd love to tell you, I like them. I really do. The problem I have with them is that you can't just buy a training device and use it and expect everything to happen correctly. You're smarter to understand what it's really trying to do for you. I've made several, and I think there's several other ones that I didn't come up with that I think are great. Like, for example, my weight shift monitor. I made this years ago to help people, but I still don't think this is creating muscle memory. I think it's me knowing at the top of my swing, my weight's going forwards. I'm not trying to go right, left. I think feedback is huge, but I don't think it does you very much good unless you've got the correct information. So therefore, with this understanding is, at the top of my backswing, I don't want the weight shift monitor to be back here. I want it to be level. When I move forwards, I want to hear it click, so that tells me. So that's, to me, that's not muscle memory. That's me being aware that during my golf swing I do that. Next, and this has been going on forever, and it's got to stop. Where should your arms go when they swing through a golf ball? Well, I mean, some of the stuff we've created is very deceiving, which we'll talk about in other videos. But here I have a straight line path, but it's not straight. When my club's on it, I'm actually going left through the golf ball. I'm actually going left through the golf ball. I now know I have no want or need to go out through the golf ball, and I have no need or want to go straight. There's not a training device in the world that can stop me from swinging inside out if I want to. There's not one in the world that can stop me from swinging straight if that's what I've been told. If my instructor says swing straight down the line, then I'm going to swing straight down the line. If my instructor says swing to the left, I can certainly do it. I can certainly see why people would think that swinging left makes the ball go left, but it's not true. It's what you're really seeing on the PGA Tour a lot. You're seeing a lot of guys, and you're really going to be confused about it. And I think if you go to my site, www.lagandload.com, I explain it fully. I mean, I was talking about this in 1985. So this isn't new. It's just never been explained worth a hoot. I love the training devices, but I think they have to come through with correct information. I know for sure, because I've been in infomercials, that they are absolutely allowed to mislead you. It's called puffery, and they're absolutely allowed to mislead you. I had a gentleman that invented a training device years ago that he sent to me for me to take a look at, and he sent me the video. And after I used it, I said, you know what, I really like the device, but it's misleading when you're talking about muscle memory because I don't believe in muscle memory. And he said, you know, Mark, I agree with you, but the marketing people did a survey, and they told me that I would sell this many if I said muscle memory. They said I'd sell this many if I didn't. So he kind of had to. The people that like my stuff, they're into it being knowledge, because if they have the correct knowledge, they can do it. I think the people that are into this muscle memory theory, they kind of really need to check it out, unless they're getting better. If you're really getting better, just keep going. However, I think the future of golf is going to be try smarter, not harder, get the correct information, and trust me, it is not out there. It is by far not out there, or people will be getting a whole lot better than they are. So anyways, I just wanted to bring that up. I think I can save you a whole lot of time in getting better if you can kind of buy into where I'm going with this, and get away from the I'll buy this and do it X amount of times and I'll have it, because I don't think that's the truth. Thanks. Bye now.